have done things in our lives that we regret. All of us have done things that are disobedient. All of us have sinned and fallen short of the glory of God. Thank God for his forgiveness. Thank God that he separates our sins as far as the east is from the west and remembers them no more. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of Cross Point Church, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison. Check us out at cpcfamily.org.
In the market for a new or used car? Look no further than Hyundai of Decatur. With a large inventory of new, used, and certified pre-owned Hyundai models, Greenway Hyundai of Decatur is here to service all of your Hyundai needs. Come visit our exceptional service department as well. With state-of-the-art facilities and a caring team of automotive professionals waiting to service your vehicle, make Hyundai of Decatur your number one choice for all your automotive needs. Give them a call today at 256-274-0279 or visit them online at greenwayhyundaiofdecatur.com.
From heirloom diamonds to contemporary jewels, Loring & Company is the place to find something truly special. Whether shopping for a diamond ring for that once-in-a-lifetime occasion or marking a milestone birthday or personal achievement with a Rolex watch, you'll find just the thing in our edit of the world's most sought-after brands, including David Yurman, Roberto Coin, Marco Bicego, and Fopay. Expect a treasure trove of the world's most unique, even breathtaking earrings, rings, necklaces, and bracelets, making choosing just one piece a challenge in itself. Loring & Company Jewelers on Airport Road.
From the University of Alabama, this is Crimson Tide Today. It's a daily update on Bama sports, and it's brought to you by The Good Feet Store, a proud supporter of Alabama athletics. Visit The Good Feet Store and get back to doing what you love. Learn more at goodfeet.com. Hello again, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover. On Wednesday's edition of Hey Coach, Chris Stewart was joined at Baumhower's Victory Grill by the president of the University of Alabama, Dr. Peter Moeller.
You know, I grew up in a place called Grand Junction, Colorado, so a huge Broncos fan. So my hero growing up was Bobby Humphrey. And so I grew up very early appreciating Alabama football. And in fact, when my oldest daughter was born, I look back at those pictures, I'm wearing a Bobby Humphrey hat. And, things come full circle in life. And this last weekend, I'm watching a football game with Bobby Humphrey and my son, who y'all get to meet in a few weeks, John, is now a huge fan of his son. And so it's just, what you see around the state is DNA of every Alabamian is Alabama. It's Alabama football. Everyone knows tradition. Everyone's basements are painted the same way. Everyone has something in the world that they can get excited about and align with.
I'll have more in a moment.
This is Christian Miller for The Good Feet Store. I know from playing football at Alabama and in the NFL that if you have foot, knee, hip, or back pain, it can be a huge challenge. The Good Feet Store is designed to personally fit you with arch supports that alleviate and even eliminate your pain altogether. Try them before you buy them. They're in your free, no obligation, personalized fitting, and you can wear them home the same day. So if you're looking to improve your game, the Good Feet Store has you covered. Stop in for a free, personalized fitting today. Roll to victory at goodfeet.com. That's goodfeet.com. Roll Tide.
If you missed yesterday's edition of Crimson Drive, driven by NASCAR, catch it on demand on all CTSN social media platforms at UA_CTSN. Crimson Tide Today is brought to you by The Good Feet Store. Crimson Tide Today is a production of the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Scott Tyson here with your 97.7 ESPN The Zone Sports Minute. NFL football from last night. Buffalo keeps the Miami Dolphins winless as they take care of this one 31-21. Auburn getting ready to face Oklahoma tomorrow in Norman, and they could do so without star cornerback Jay Crawford. Head coach Hugh Freeze saying yesterday Crawford will dress, but will be a game-time decision. The Sooners a 6.5-point favorite at home. Kickoff set for 2:30. 97.7 ESPN The Zone will have this game. Plenty of high school football coming your way tonight. 97.7 ESPN The Zone, your home for 5 games. Download the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app today to listen tonight. Then catch the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show powered by Lake Gunnersville. Ace Hardware comes your way after tonight's Lee and Buckhorn game. Major League Baseball news, 3-time NL Cy Young winner Clayton Kershaw.
Can you get me a little typeset? I'm funny how? I mean, funny like I'm a clown and abuse you?
Your tire's tired.
Well, the lunchtime whistle and the morning's finally done. I'm jumping in my car, I'm gonna have a little fun. The Doghouse Network's on my radio dial. Big Dog's taking care of business for a while. If you're listening to another station, I don't understand. 'Cause nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
Give us a call, Steve.
He's a northern-bred, southern-fed, slick-talking guy. Listeners in his posse are the junkyard dogs. The SEC from Tennessee to calling them hogs. From Gainesville up to Lexington to the Titan Tiger Land. Nobody does it like Thom Abraham.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond?
And welcome into a Football Friday in the Doghouse. I was told this is a requirement. Joe Abraham. Hold on. Wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Filling in for the big dog, Thom Abraham, here on the Thom Abraham Show. And goodness gracious, do we have some interesting uniform choices around the NFL this weekend. Buccaneers bringing back the old creamsicle look. Yep, that's right. Bucko Bruce is back. One of the great throwback looks in all of football. The Saints rolling out their white helmets again. Not bad. Not bad. And then you got the Browns, of course. The Browns breaking out brown helmets against the Packers. Two of the most traditional-looking teams in the entire league, the Packers and the Browns. And Cleveland decides to screw it up. Leave it to the Browns. Only the Browns. But we'll get into it all and plenty more inside the Doghouse on this Football Friday. And, of course, because it is Football Friday, it also means it's time for the Friday Trifecta, which I cannot believe is celebrating 25 years. 25 years. And this year, the Friday Trifecta presented by the folks over at Owen Home Appliance, running all the way through the Super Bowl. This year's winning handicapper walks away with a complete Gordon Ramsay set of kitchen appliances from Owen Home Appliance. That includes a brand new range, the hood. You got to have, if you're going to have a range, you got to have the hood. You got the fridge. You got the dishwasher. Over a $10,000 value. And if you've already got a new kitchen, no problem, they say. No problem. They'll swap it out for something of equal value over at Owen Home Appliance. And so I encourage you to jump in on the lines now. I'm going to go ahead and guess. I'm the new guy here. I'm going to go ahead and guess John is already in the process of taking callers at 256-597-7. And that's the same whether you're in Nashville, up north, Winchester, right here where I am, or Huntsville, down to the south. Again, 256-576-4977. You can also text your picks directly to Thom at 7329-TA show. That's 732-982-7469. And you can watch the show as well today as you can every day, barring technical issues, on WZZN TV, which you can find on YouTube, Facebook, X, all the places. And coming up in hour number 2, we will have Lee Sterling in the Doghouse with us from Paramount Sports. He's fresh off of a 4-1 week. Lee's going to walk us through the SEC slate this weekend, break down what to expect from some of the biggest games. But before we dive in and before I throw out the games for the trifecta, let's check in on the guy making it all happen behind the glass, as they say. Normally, he's got to put up with the big dog breathing down his neck, drooling down his neck, as the dog likes to do. But with Thom off this week, he's finally got some peace and quiet back there in Mission Control. And if you didn't realize, if you didn't know, he's cool under pressure. That's where the nickname comes from. And he just so happens to be my younger brother. Don't tell any of my other brothers. He's my favorite. Captain Cool himself, John Abraham.
I'm the producer of this show. If I didn't step up, you're nowhere. I put this thing together on a spit and polish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
I have a sentimental weakness for my children, and I spoil them, as you can see. They talk when they should listen.
Give me back my son!
I don't like violence, Thom. I'm a businessman.
I'm telling you, there's an embarrassing press conference in that kid's future.
If you ain't first, you're last.
He's got Abraham down.
What a catch!
What a catch! A leaping catch at the 45-yard lines, and he brings it in.
There is no flipping way I am your favorite brother. All right? Come on now. You can be honest with the people.
Dude, I threw it out there. It's in the universe.
Okay.
Don't limit yourself.
I mean, nobody else has said it on the radio. Okay.
You too could be my favorite brother. You never know. As Thom likes to say, out of all my brothers, you're one of them.
See, that's what I was waiting for. I was waiting for that line right there, but instead, I actually got put on a pedestal right there. I appreciate it, Joe.
Well, this week, you definitely have been my favorite brother. You're the only brother I've talked to actually all week. I think I've gone all week without, because Tommy's out of town, and I haven't seen him in a while, though he's begging me to work out with him again this weekend when he gets back. He's been in Florida. Danny, I don't ever see Danny. He's so busy. But you and I, man, we've been hanging out all weekend here, or all week here on the show.
I guess we have. And although it was forced, we do need to get together and hang out. Maybe you come down to Huntsville one of these days and we go out for some drinks, something like that. Just to get to bond a little bit more in person, Joe. It's been too long.
That'd be a good time. That would be fun. I'll bring my creatine drink, and you can get like a mixed drink or something. I don't know. We'll get you a martini.
We can put the creatine
Get you a
inside
daiquiri.
the drinks. Come on now. I know.
There
of a
we
place.
go.
I know of a place, Joe. It's good. It's good stuff.
I like it. All right. So I know that people are waiting. We got to get the Friday trifecta out there. So we're going to do that now. No, I'm just kidding. We're going to do it right now. All right. Here are the games. Per Thom. Auburn. Oh, wait. Hold on. He did send me. There's new rules this week. If you get 3 out of 4, you get 1 point. You don't have to get any particular 3. It's not like you have to get the first 3 games and the 4th game is a bonus. No. Any 3 out of 4, you get 1 point. And if you get all 4, you get the standard 3 points. First game on tap for the trifecta. Auburn, plus 6.5 at Oklahoma. Next game, Florida, plus 8.5 at Miami. Game number 3, the Colts, minus 3.5 at the Titans. And the 4th game is the Cowboys minus 1.5 at the Bears. Those are the games. Now, John, am I supposed to do you play the sounder for each of the picks, or am I supposed to play these things?
Thom surprised me with it. He always plays the sounds from his side. So that's the one thing. But if that, we got to be on some really good connection. If you're wanting me to play some of the sounds, I have a few of them here, but he's always different every single week. So you might have sent you something. I have no idea though.
No, he didn't send me any of that stuff.
Gotta have the.
And I'm looking through. Yeah, I don't know. I may just need to play random ones. I don't know. There's got to be something, right? I'll find something. All right, so you can get in on a Friday trifecta. I encourage you to do so by calling into the show today. 256-576-4977. All right, let me pull up my thing. All right, we got Phil the Blacksmith is already on the line. Phil the Blacksmith. Let's start with Phil right off the top. Good afternoon, Phil. How are you?
I'm doing great, young man. How about yourself?
I am tremendous.
Good deal. I'll go and knock these picks out. That way you can get a bunch of them other fellas.
Let's do it. So game number 1, Auburn getting 6.5 against Oklahoma.
I'm going to go with Auburn. I think they're going to go in there and show out a little bit.
War Eagle.
I like it. Where'd that come from? Did you just say that, John?
No, I got a few songs here. I got a few sounds.
Okay. Game. I was just wondering. I mean, it just came out of nowhere. Game number 2, Florida plus 8.5. That line's grown. At Miami.
Miami.
I get it. It's not the Dolphins. I get it. It's the closest thing I got.
Close enough. Still Miami. All right. Number 3, the Colts in Nashville to take on the Titans. Will Cam Ward get his first win or even just cover the 3.5 that they're getting? Well, not cover, but will they keep it within 3.5 against Indianapolis?
No, I won't take the Colts.
The Colts to cover the 3.5. And the last one, Dallas and Chicago. Dallas is minus 1.5 in that one.
Dallas and Chicago.
It's in Chicago.
I got to go with the Cowboys.
How about your Cowboys?
All right, brother. We got you in.
Appreciate you. Have a great day. Hey.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate the gift card from you for the first trifecta of the college season for the what's that? Cabarrus or
Carrabba's?
Is it Carrabba's? Cabela's?
Yeah, Carrabba's. Good food over there.
Yeah, I appreciate that. I'm gonna go get me about 8 on y'all. I appreciate that.
No, good job by you. You're the one that got the trifecta.
All right. Y'all have a great day.
Phil the Blacksmith getting in. You too, Phil. That's as easy as it is. Right off the top, Phil was lined up and ready to go, and you can get in on it as well. If you want to text your picks to Thom, you can do that. They will go right to him at 7329-TA-SHOW. That's 7329-827469. The whole TA show, I don't, do people still dial numbers like that?
I don't do it, but I mean,
732-982-7469. That's the text number. Yeah, I don't think I've ever looked at my phone and even paid attention to the words that you can write out with the phone number. But good job by him having a phone number that says TA show. It's kind of neat. Again, a lot of stuff to get into today on the show outside of the trifecta. And I'm looking forward to talking to Lee Sterling in hour number 2. We've talked about a lot of these games all week long, but now we're actually going to get Lee's opinion on them. And the hay is in the barn at this point, as they say. One of the interesting things that popped up, though, is in that Ole Miss game. John, I don't know if you saw this, but literally, I think it was earlier today, just hours ago, Ole Miss going to be without their starting quarterback. Did you see that?
It's okay. So Ole Miss is good regardless, whether they got their number 1 or number 2 in. Last game, they brought the number 2 in, and this guy was pretty lights out. So I don't think it's going to be too big of a deal. And on top of that, they're not facing too bad of a competition.
It's Tulane.
But they are 3-0. So
it could affect the line, though. Could affect the spread. I don't know how all that plays out. But regardless, we'll talk about that with Lee coming up in hour number 2. Yesterday, Buffalo took on the Miami Dolphins, or at least the skeleton of the Miami Dolphins. And as awful as I feel for the Dolphins, until they change their uniforms back to their classic, they have one of the best throwbacks in all of sports. And my opinion is, if your throwback is better than your actual uniform, what are you doing? But the real conversation needs to be had about the Buffalo Bills, because looking at their schedule right now and how they are playing, barring injuries, I don't see this team losing more than like 2 games the entire season. The Phillip wants to get in on the trifecta. Let's go over to him. Phillip, how are you this morning or this afternoon?
I'm doing fine. What's it like there, dude? It's 85 degrees here. It's hotter than Haiti.
Yeah, it was supposed to be fall. What happened? It cooled off. We were starting to cool down, and it's like summer is clawing back, trying to fight back and get in here. This needs to go away. It's too hot.
It's crazy. Crazy. All right, let's go.
Let's do it. Auburn plus 6.5 at Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
Florida plus 8.5 at Miami.
If you ain't a Gator, you Gator bait.
What does that mean?
Means
Florida?
Gator. Yeah.
Let's see if it pays off.
Indy minus, yeah. Indy minus 3.5. Yeah, I agree with you on that one, actually. I still look at that LSU game, and they, even with the 5 interceptions, they only lost by 10. Indy minus 3.5 in Nashville.
Gotta go with the Colts.
Why not?
Yeah, why not? Dallas minus 1.5 in Chicago. I'm pretty sure I know which way you're going on this one.
You can put the house on it, buy your neighbor's house, put them on it. Cowboys all the way.
I love it. All right, Phillip, we got you.
All right, peace.
The first 2 guys in on the trifecta are both named Phil. Phillip and Phil the Blacksmith.
Phil's taking over. A lot of these guys, though, they do have strategies, all right? They wait for Lee Sterling to get in because he has his picks.
Yeah, it's a good strategy. It's a good strategy. Now, I have Lee coming up as far as, John, the grid shows me Lee coming up at the top of the second hour. Is that correct?
Yes, that is
okay.
correct.
I just wanted to make sure we didn't have him where he's got to be in the right spot.
You have some breathing room. You will be able to get into the calls 256-576-4977. But you'll also have some room to get in your conversation as well.
Well, back to the Bills real quick, because this needs to be noted. Anybody who's watching the NFL right now, the AFC is like locked up already. We're 3 games in for the Bills, and barring some sort of catastrophic injury, because they're not just good, they're very good. They're very consistent. It's not all just Josh Allen anymore. They're getting the breaks. And the way I look at it, as a guy who's been around the game my entire life, who's been in from a coaching side of things, in and around a game from a coaching side of things, I'm a big believer in like luck is the residue of preparation. Right, John? But Josh Allen looks dialed in. The run game with James Cook brings balance. The defense is very opportunistic, very good. They're creating turnovers. And that's the formula. They're going to win the AFC. Book it. Baltimore, if the Ravens want to go to the Super Bowl, you're going to have to go through Buffalo in January and win in Orchard Park. Good luck with that. Couldn't even do it in September. The Chargers can't do it. The Chargers aren't going to come over from the West Coast to Buffalo to Orchard Park and beat Buffalo. And the Chiefs are toast, man. In my opinion, the Chiefs are toast this year. They might make the playoffs. They might scrape in. But I think that this is a year for Buffalo. And the real question is not whether or not the Bills are going to get there. The real question is, okay, who's going to meet them from the NFC? The Packers, the Eagles, the Lions. Oh, man, that would be fun. The Bills and the Lions in the Super Bowl. Because Buffalo looks like the one team in the AFC that's got both the firepower, the discipline, and not Lamar Jackson when it comes playoff time to actually finish the job. It is a football Friday in the doghouse. Get in, get your picks in on the Friday trifecta. It is the Thom Abraham Show. We'll be back with more after this.
Our Falcons play here.
There's battle in the trenches, and there's battles in the trenches that we all like to see, and I think it's stuff that you guys all like to see.
It's a new team and a new season. Catch head coach Raheem Morris and our Falcons Sunday as our Falcons head out on the road to take on the Carolina Panthers. Kickoff at 1. Catch each and every Falcons game here.
Our coverage begins at noon on Sunday after the Bama Recap Show, smoked by Dreamland Barbecue, here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hi, this is Wes Neighbors. I'm here with Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Sam, tell the folks about Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Hey, Wes. Our company, Fleming Roofing and Restoration, specializes in commercial and residential roofing and repairs. I'm a fifth-generation Huntsvillian, and our family's been doing construction business in Huntsville area since 1965.
Sam, what kind of roofs does Fleming Roofing and Restoration do?
Our guys are skilled enough. We can come out and address any kind of leaks or issues you might have on your commercial, on your metal roofing, on your shingles. We can do anything, and we can offer you a solution to repair it, or we can replace it.
You guys also do insurance restoration.
Our staff has 10-plus years of experience as insurance adjusters, and we really do know the inside and out of the claims process at Fleming Roofing and Restoration.
Check out Fleming Roofing and Restoration online at FlemingHSV.com, or you can call or text them at 256-651-9440.
Hey, Wes, we show up.
No representation is made that the quality of legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by other lawyers.
A wise man once said, if you take care of old folks and children, everything in the middle will take care of itself.
Hi, I'm Danny Aldridge, lawyer in Alabama and Tennessee. In the next 20 years, the number of those folks over 65 years of age will more than double. In our golden years, the most important goal is to be treated with dignity and have control over doing what makes you grateful with those you love. At the Aldridge Law Firm and the Legal Town Center, we're dedicated to help you with these goals, and we'll be there when life throws you those inevitable curveballs. Let us assist you with your legal needs, whatever they may be or become. You may reach us by phone at 256-534-3188 or online with Dan at danaldridgelaw.com. Just remember, we're here to help. Whether it's personal injury, wrongful death, fraud and cheat, or estate planning made complete, we're here to help.
Specializing in simple and affordable rentals, McCurry Van and Car Rental can make sure you have just the right vehicle for your next family vacation, weekend getaway, or if you just need transportation while your vehicle is being repaired. McCurry carries Ford Transit vans and Mercedes Sprinter vans, trucks and work vans, and more. And they offer discounted rental rates for long-term rentals. Now with 4 locations: Athens, Muscle Shoals, Coleman, and Huntsville. Log on McCurryRentals.com to make your reservation now. That's McCurryRentals.com.
John Abraham here for the parts department at Bobcat of Huntsville. Not only do these guys carry genuine OEM Bobcat parts, they also have a full line of Marshalltown concrete supplies. On top of that, they have a wide selection of arborist tools and supplies on hand for you tree guys. Bobcat of Huntsville also has a full service department, and don't forget the sales and rental guys too. Come on down and visit the all-new Bobcat of Huntsville location in Madison on Highway 20 next to the Redstone Harley-Davidson.
You've got to experience Toyotathon at Bill Penny Toyota. They've got the selection with over 700 new Toyotas to choose from. And they've got the extras with Bill Penny perks and a 10-year unlimited warranty. So get on over to Bill Penny Toyota today and experience Toyotathon. Bill Penny Toyota in Huntsville and online at BillPennyToyota.com. Bill Penny's Toyota 10-year unlimited warranty is valid through the 10th year of ownership. Valid on new vehicles only. See dealer for details.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Tom Abraham Show is brought to you by my buddy Mike Owen and Owen Home Appliance Center. Yeah, I know fall is right around the corner, but it's still hot. They got everything you need at Owen Home Appliance Center, whether it's the upright refrigerator or the under-counter ice machine or the washer and dryer. They've got an incredible interactive showroom in Lacey Springs as well, just 8 miles south of the river on 231. Check them out. It's Owen Home Appliance. Learn more at owenhomeappliance.com.
Back here on the Tom Abraham Show on a football Friday in the doghouse. Get in on the Friday trifecta, 256-576-4977. Yesterday, the Buffalo Bills got past the Miami Dolphins up in Buffalo. And the question now becomes, looking where Miami is at, really, too. Tua has had flashes. Obviously, the injuries have been a problem for him in the past. Bad interception there at the end of the game with an opportunity to go down and tie the game. And they're struggling. 0-3. Haven't really been competitive the last couple of years. And Mike McDaniel has had some success, but this kind of start raises questions, right? And they're going to need to bounce back soon. Or, I don't know how hot that seat is getting that he's sitting on. But I could see it getting pretty hot quickly if they don't win probably 2 or 3 of their next 4 based on who's on their schedule. McDaniel after the game was quoted as saying, "Our expectation was to come in here and win the game, and we knew we had to not turn the ball over. We had a turnover in a critical situation. We had a critical penalty on a punt, which, by the way, did extend a drive, so it was like a turnover. And those types of things, that's how these types of games are decided. You have a young team, a lot of people that you're counting on, and you need them to not be young for very much longer and to continue to grow." Tua said, yeah, there's definitely some things that we can take away. That is good. That's up to par with our standard of how we operate within the offense. When they get those stops, we got to capitalize and allow ourselves to get points when we get those opportunities. Never good to lose, regardless of how a certain individual may have felt they performed. This is a team sport. We win together, we lose together. Blah, 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 blah. Same crap. Same crap that you hear. Fact of the matter is you're 0-3. And like I said, in today's NFL, with what they did last year and where they're at this year, already not looking good. If you recall, last year they started the season, what was it, 3-6 or something along those lines, 2-6. And they're well on their way to that kind of start again this year. And at some point in time, they're going to have to make a decision out there. Again, Friday trifecta. Let me check and make sure we don't have anybody sitting there waiting. This weekend also, John, before we get into, and I get it, it's a football Friday. I don't want to commit any kind of sin in the doghouse. But, baseball coming down to the wire here in some of these races, these division races. But NASCAR this weekend, am I mistaken, or is this weekend in New Hampshire? Is it the first
It is.
race of the playoff?
It is not the first race of the playoff. I believe this is the third, but New Hampshire is going to be an interesting spot for this one. And last week was an interesting race. Came down to the wire. Christopher Bell, of course, getting the win, but that was any man's race. And we got to see some interesting names in the top 10, like Zane Smith getting in there, Joey Logano falling a little bit short. But one thing that I've noticed about every single one of these races is the Toyotas are so fast. They are doing so well. And right now I'm just wondering, who will be that next guy to maybe overthrow the Toyotas, because Christopher Bell won that last week. And then the week before that, it was a little bit more interesting with Denny Hamlin winning it. But right now the playoffs are right up in anybody's wheelhouse, pun intended. But New Hampshire going to be an interesting scene for this weekend's race at 1 p.m. on Sunday. I mean, I look.
Really?
I mean, right in the middle of the start of football. Why? What are we doing?
So that's when I asked you, is this the first weekend of the play? That's kind of where I'm at with it.
Yeah.
And the reason being, I have no clue, because once football started, I was out, right? Which is sad, because I enjoy it and I have invested time into it this season more than I have in the past few years. I'm trying to force myself to get back into it. It's my understanding that Christopher Bell is actually pretty good he's pretty strong up in New Hampshire as well. So he might be looking for another one up there. Who are you liking in the playoff right now? Like, if you had to pick a guy, who's your guy right now?
I mean, look, Chase Briscoe has been really good. And again, we're going back to all these Toyotas. Chase Briscoe has been really good. He's been hot this season. It's good to see him bringing that 19 back up to relevancy. But I've been really hot on Denny Hamlin. He's been doing really good. He's been consistent. But again, it's just got to be one of those Toyota guys. I mean, Joey Logano is getting top 10 finishes, but I just can't see him pulling away unless it happens later with some of the bigger tracks. But, I mean, it seems like anybody in a Toyota is destined to win at this point. And I hate to say that, because this is America's racing sport right here.
America.
But right now the Fords are lacking. Chevy's, of course, coming in second most of these races. It's just, I would say Denny Hamlin, and I would also look at Christopher Bell. But you can't even write out some of these other dudes. Ty Gibbs even very close to getting his first race of his career in the Cup Series last week in Bristol, which, again, I hate that we gotta choose between college football or NASCAR or the NFL. But last week in Bristol, I mean, it was spectacular.
Yeah. You text a group, and
I was the only one watching.
I immediately was like, I cannot believe I forgot all about that thing. But I had been watching so much football, it didn't even enter my brain cavity.
Yeah.
Wasn't even in there. So good job by you. Also, and this is for you as well.
Thank you, Joe. Thank you. Somebody
not sure if you
acknowledge the NASCAR.
Yeah, not sure if you could barely hear that. I had it turned down, but all right. So moving on from NASCAR, I threw him a bone. Listen though, I'm kind of disappointed that they don't let you talk more NASCAR, because you watch more racing than any human being I know. That's an actual fact.
I don't know about that. Even I fell off with NASCAR when it got into the football season. It's tough. It's just tough to keep up. The season is so long as well. And then as soon as it ends, it's starting again.
No, but still, you still watch more racing, because I'll get text messages from you in the middle of the night. And it's like, is there another 24-hour race going on? No, I'm just watching this race that's happening in like Italy right now. And it's 3 a.m. So John, time does not matter when the wheels are on the track for John.
I'll say this. The best thing is whenever there was a race last week, it was going on in Japan, and it was just like middle of the night, 6-hour race. I was like, I'm going to fall asleep with this race starting, and I'm going to wake up with it coming to an end. It's exactly what happened. I dimmed the TV, fell asleep, woke up. The race was just coming to an end. I was like, perfect timing.
That's tremendous. All right, so some things to look at in the NFL this weekend. To this point, and I mentioned this yesterday, 17 games decided by 6 points or fewer, which is the most at this point in over 12 years. I said this to Diamond yesterday on the show, and Tom and I were talking about it. We were texting about it over the weekend, and Diamond kind of smiled and, yeah, the NFL really likes those close games. John, you ever get the feeling that the officials, not that they're trying to manipulate the outcome per se, I'm not going to say that the games are rigged per se, but I will say, does it feel like to you that it would be in the NFL's best interest to keep these games close?
I mean, yeah. I mean, that's the same with a lot of sports, though.
But like college football, they're not, the officials don't seem to make calls that keep these games close. In the last 2 weeks in the NFL, I've been watching more football than I have ever watched in my entire life. I watched just about every game, I think, in college and the NFL that I could get my hands on. And I cannot believe how many calls come at just the perfect time in the NFL. And what's really drives me nuts about it is that there are these types of calls where, you know how they say that you can call holding on any play?
Yeah.
It's that kind of call. It's that kind of call when Denver's lining up for a game-winning field goal and they could call it any time. But it's like they're looking for it at certain times. Okay, this team is about to pull away, and our viewership, if this becomes a 3-score game, is going to tank. So let's maybe call a penalty here and try and get this other team back in it. I'm not saying that's what's going to happen or that's what's happening. I'm just saying that's kind of sometimes what it feels like happens. And if you're running a multi-gazillion dollar business like the NFL is, you can't tell me that hasn't crossed somebody's mind at some point. Hey, when the Browns are playing, just keep this thing interesting if we need to. Just keep it close.
I'm getting the vibes of that with this Green Bay matchup. A lot of people saying, well, keep an eye on the Browns. They're going to keep it close. The only way they could do that, I'm seeing, is a little bit of regression from the Packers or a lot of calls going their way. But you're not wrong. Even in college, I mean, there's throws downfield that there's a pass interference, and it was both the guys hand fighting. But it's a little bit more nerfed of a penalty than it is in the NFL. The NFL, I mean, you could chuck the ball up there. If a guy touches a dude, close to the 5-yard line, they bring them all the way up there.
There are calls in the NFL where I'm like, really? That really? You're just making it up as you go along now. No, as far as the Browns go, I'm all over the Browns this week against Green Bay. First and foremost, if they get absolutely knob-wailed, I hope that they never wear the brown helmets again. That would be the only good thing to come from them getting absolutely destroyed. But I will say this. The Browns have the number one defense in the league in terms of yardage, and they have bottled up two of the AFC's best offenses already. And last week against the Ravens, people are going to look at that score and say, well, no, Joe, they got crushed by the Ravens. They had multiple short fields. They had a scoop and score. They had two of their top corners out with like cramping and other injuries and things like that towards the end of the game. But if you watch the first half of that game, they absolutely shut the Ravens down offensively. And they did so to the Bengals as well. Joe Burrow, a healthy Joe Burrow, couldn't do anything. I think the guy had like 115 yards passing against him. And the Ravens game got away from him in the second half. But it's not a systematic failure of that defense. It's something else. The other thing I'll say about this is, what are the Browns doing? Like, what at this point, what are you doing? Joe Flacco is not it. Dylan Gabriel, just give Dylan Gabriel the ball. Just let's see what he's got. But the challenge is that the Browns are not built to win shootouts. So if they do fall behind, it has a tendency to probably get away from them. But the defense is legitimate, for sure. Keep an eye, because that's the one thing. And out of all these 0-2 teams that are out there, Bill Barnwell threw his rankings out there. And you got the Chiefs at 0-2. They've got a good chance at rebounding. The Texans got an okay chance at rebounding. They got an offensive line, though, that's really struggling. The Bears have Caleb Williams. And while I like Ben Johnson, they've got a mess on their hands with the Caleb Williams situation. The Dolphins are now 0-3. The Giants have improved a little bit. I think that the floor is higher for the Giants this year, but the ceiling is also still very low for them. The Jets are so bad, period. That's my analysis on the Jets. The Jets are just bad. The Saints are just bad. That's just bad football. Spencer Rattler running around throwing a ball 40 times a week, or Tyler Shuck or whoever they run out there, is not going to help. But the teams that I like that are 0-2, that have some potential, I enjoy watching Cam Ward develop before our eyes. I can find things about watching the Titans games that I enjoy. Now, it's frustrating because they don't know how to win. They get to the, second half, somewhere in the third quarter, they start to just lose their handle on things. But you're watching the process. The Browns are Jekyll and Hyde. The Browns are the only team that has one side of the ball is absolutely elite, and the other side is what's the absolute obsolete? Is that the opposite of elite? Something. The Kansas City Chiefs, meh. I don't see the Chiefs challenging for the top of the AFC the way that they're built right now. And honestly, I don't know if they will do it again with Andy Reid there. I think his time is running out in Kansas City. Not because they want to get rid of him. Guy's old. The guy's old. And what does the AFC look like if you don't have him and Patrick Mahomes teamed up in Kansas City? If they're not the top of that conference every year, it becomes a lot more fun to watch, in my opinion. I was never one of these type of people who enjoyed watching the Patriots smoke the entire AFC and represent the conference in the Super Bowl every year. I like when it's competitive. All right. Again, the trifecta for today, which you can get in on at 256-576-4977. The games you've got to choose from, and all you've got to do is hit 3 out of 4 for a point. Doesn't matter what 3. You just need 3 out of the 4. Phil the Blacksmith and the Phillip are already in on this thing. You got Auburn plus 6.5 in Norman, Oklahoma. You've got Florida plus 8.5 at the Hard Rock in Miami against the Canes. Indy is minus 3.5 up in Nashville. And Dallas minus 1.5 in Chicago. Those are the 4 games in the trifecta today. In hour number 2, we will have Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports to kick things off at the top of the hour. And I'm sure many of you are locked and loaded, ready to go once he comes in and gives his opinions on some of the weekend games. Which, by the way, Lee, 4-1 last week. 4-1 last week. It's pretty good. All right. We will be back on the other side with more. It is the Thom Abraham Show.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Christopher Bell, the plus 330 favorite with the NASCAR Cup race at New Hampshire this week. The Mobile won 301. Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Denny Hamlin all plus 650. Chase Briscoe 7-1. Braves minus 102 at the Tigers today, minus 119, 900 at Comerica Park. The Falcons visit Carolina for the Panthers home opener. Falcons laying 5.5, 43.5 the total. Number 22 Auburn, a plus 7 dog at number 11 Oklahoma. Troy, a 6.5-point dog at Buffalo. South Alabama laying 14.5 at home with Coastal Carolina, while the UAB Blazers are a 38.5-point underdog at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville against Tennessee. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
Your customers deserve the best, and so do you. You invest in your customers with your heart, soul, and skill. Well, it's time to invest in yourself with the next generation Cat 255 compact track loader from Thompson Tractor. After all, those who give their best deserve the best, and this machine has it all. With features that include a more powerful engine, tri-axle truck loading capabilities, a spacious cab, and a smooth ride for all-day comfort. Best of all, now Thompson Tractor is making that investment even better with our Workhorse Special. Get 0% financing for 36 months on the purchase of a new Cat 255 compact track loader that comes with a 3-year warranty. You also get a 74-inch bucket and 1,000-hour filter kit. Due to popular demand, this offer is extended through September 30th. Visit ThompsonTractor.com for details. Thompson Tractor, we're here for you.
At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live heartfully. Live Stella.
Just in time for early fall adventures, what could be better than 0 down on a new Ford? That sounds good to me. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. It's football and camping season, and we've got a brand new Ford to take you there. Right now, Woody Anderson Ford has some strong $399 and $499 leases that come with 0 down and 2 years of premium complimentary maintenance too. Choose a 2025 STX Crew Cab with a 2.7-liter EcoBoost for just $499 a month. Or choose its electric brother, the F-150 Lightning, just $399 a month. Woody Anderson Ford also has 25 Broncos, Explorers for $499 a month, and Bronco Sport and Escape for only $399 a month. And remember, these leases are 0 down, and they come with 2 years of complimentary maintenance. 36-month leases with 0 down, first payment due at signing, 0 security deposit, just tax, tag, and title fees, and your good credit. These offers end 9/30/25. Now's the time for a Woody Anderson Ford. I'm Bobby White, and we hope to see you soon.
Your Fox 54 weather.
I'm Chief Meteorologist Jordan Dressman. A mostly to partly sunny sky this afternoon. Temperatures climbing into the upper 80s and lower 90s. There's a small opportunity for rain as we head into the evening. Best chance for that is going to be west of the I-65 corridor. We drop into the mid and upper 60s as we head into the overnight. A mostly to partly sunny sky on Saturday. Temperatures climbing into the lower 90s with an isolated shower being possible.
Your Fox 54 weather. Only on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the show is brought to you by the Orthopedic Center, where thousands of area residents have gotten world-class care from the Valley's most trusted and experienced group of orthopedic surgeons and medical specialists. So if you have an orthopedic problem and you're considering professional care, TOC is the only logical choice. Whether you have a work-related injury or got sidelined playing a sport you love, you need the best care, the best physicians, the best facility to get you back in the game. And I think you're going to agree that the Orthopedic Center is right for you.
Back here on the Thom Abraham Show. Wrapping up hour number 1. And so they're talking about it right now on the Pat McAfee Show. But the NCAA finally did something yesterday. They killed the spring transfer portal window. And I'll give them this. It's a start. It's a baby step, but it's a start toward, like, putting guardrails on what has become the Wild West of college football. So there's just one portal window at this point. And the proposal on the table is for a 10-day stretch in early January, right after the season. But the exact dates are not locked in yet, as far as I understand it. The concern is the players whose teams are still in the playoff, the college football playoff. They will get supposedly a 5-day grace period after their final game. That's the idea. Now, I appreciate that, but 5 days? Are we not encouraging tampering? 5 days? You're talking about kids who have to determine, A, whether or not they want to move, and you're going to have to sort through. If you're any good, you're not going to have just one offer. You're going to have multiple. You got to sort through where you want to go. Do you like the campus, which means that you're going to have to visit it? Do you like the coaching staff? Do you feel like it's a good fit? Oh, and from an NIL perspective, what am I getting paid? I mean, that's a major life choice for these guys to make in 5 days. They still get the 30-day exception for schools that change head coaches. That would still be in place. Some coaches are all in on it. Nebraska's head coach, Matt Rule, said, I desperately think that one window is better. Basketball has one window. We're just making ourselves like all the other sports. But Ryan Day flat out said, I don't think that it's a good idea at all. I just don't quite understand how teams that are playing in the playoffs are expected to make the decision and sign their upcoming players while they're still getting ready to play games. It doesn't make any sense to me. And that's what I'm talking about. You got coaches in the process of getting ready to play games, and their players, i.e. Carson Beck and other players that are in these games still, how are they supposed to be deciding on things like this? The main thing, though, is that it's not nearly enough. There's details that need to be worked out, but it's definitely not even close to fixing the problem. Because it's not just when kids transfer, it's how often they transfer. And right now, they're able to bounce around like they're playing in NCAA 25 on the Xbox. One bad spring practice, and they're just like, I'm out of here. Coach yells at them. Can you even yell at your players anymore without fear that they're just going to transfer? So if the NCAA wants to fix it, they really need to think bigger. Put a cap on the number of times you can transfer. Make it once every 2 years or something, or a hard limit overall. Require a length of a commitment, certain amount of time. Or just let them sign contracts with the school. But stop pretending like a salary cap is going to fix anything. Because if you put a salary cap in place, that's going to just create situations where teams are trying to find loopholes and work around it. And that's what led to this issue in the first place. Killing the window is fine, but it's not the solution. On the other side, Lee Sterling of Paramount Sports will join us. The trifecta is out there. Auburn plus 6.5. At Oklahoma. Florida plus 8.5. At Miami. Indy minus 3.5. In Nashville. And Dallas minus 1.5 in Chicago. It is the Thom Abraham Show. We'll be back with more after this.
Are you tired of chasing a roofing contractor to show up on time or even show up at all? I'm Sam Fleming with Fleming Roofing and Restoration. Our motto at Fleming Roofing is we show up. Our goal at Fleming Roofing is to provide the reliable customer service that you deserve. And we have the resources to meet all of your roofing needs: residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. We are manufacturer certified for roof coatings, single-ply membranes, and asphalt shingles. Whenever you need a roofing professional you can count on, call Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We are committed to finding the solution that meets your needs. We don't have quotas or heavy-handed sales tactics. Fleming Roofing. We have expert experience. We show up. Free estimates. Residential, commercial, industrial, replacement, or repairs. Check us out at FlemingHSV.com. FlemingHSV.com. When you need a quick response, it's Fleming Roofing and Restoration. We show up.
Does it really matter which dealership you plan to buy from? Short answer is yes. Hi folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford. Taking a little time to find out about the dealership before you buy can have a big payoff. Customer reviews let you know what others think, and that's good. But industry reviews can tell you even more. Woody Anderson Ford is proud to have been selected as Ford's Triple Crown winner, an award that only 1% of the top Ford dealers in the country are able to earn. This is a big deal, and here's why. Ford's Triple Crown is based on superior customer service, sales excellence, and over-the-top service delivery. And again, only 1% of the top Ford dealers in all of America achieve this goal. Woody Anderson Ford is top of the top. So when it's time to pull the trigger on your next car, truck, or SUV, we'd be honored if you'd give us a chance to show you how we earned our Triple Crown status. Woody Anderson Ford. I'm Bobby White, and we hope to see you soon.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title. Because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal, and we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
WZZN, Union Grove, Huntsville, Alabama. 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Scott Tyson here with your 97.7 ESPN The Zone Sports Minute. NFL football from last night. Buffalo keeps the Miami Dolphins winless as they take care of this one 31-21. Auburn getting ready to face Oklahoma tomorrow in Norman, and they could do so without star cornerback Jay Crawford. Head coach Hugh Freeze saying yesterday Crawford will dress, but will be a game-time decision. The Sooners a 6.5-point favorite at home. Kickoff set for 2:30. 97.7 ESPN The Zone will have this game. Plenty of high school football coming your way tonight. 97.7 ESPN The Zone, your home for 5 games. Download the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app today to listen tonight. Then catch the Woody Anderson Ford High School Football Scoreboard Show, powered by Lake Gunnersville. Ace Hardware comes your way after tonight's Lee and Buckhorn game. Major League Baseball news, 3-time NL Cy Young winner Clayton Kershaw announcing his retirement at season's end. Download the 97.7 ESPN The Zone app.
You need to be more like a dog. Like what you guys are doing. You've got your fingertip on the pulse of your listeners. You guys know what they're talking about. Be a dog. God bless the show. You are the Messiah. We need more dogs. This is the best show on radio.
The big dog, Thom Abraham, is here with you.
Hey, I see you. Hey, I see you, dog.
So settle in and get your bark on.
That's my
Here he is, the big dog. Let's go, Thom Abraham.
How you doing? 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 Look, I don't speak Spanish.
I don't know how to say this, so I'm going to choose my words very carefully. I think you're a psycho.
Do you know who I am?
I mean, that guy sounds like Dale McPherson farting into Miles Davis' trumpet.
I guess I'm on here. Am I on? Can somebody respond? Get off my lawn.
I have to drag my Yankee ass out of here.
Hour number 2 here on the Thom Abraham Show. And no, I am not Tom. I mean, kind of, more or less. I am Joe, the oldest. And I have had so much fun filling in, the oldest son anyway. I have had so much fun filling in all week on the show for him. And it culminates in the Friday trifecta, right? Brought to you by the folks over at Owen Home Appliance, where you can... This year, you can win a Gordon Ramsay set of kitchen appliances from Owen Home Appliance with a new range, a new range hood, a fridge, a dishwasher, over a $10,000 value, which is why it makes sense when you got so much invested, so much at stake. It makes sense for people to wait, to take their time, to be patient, and wait on Lee Sterling to come in, because Lee is the man. And after last week going 4-1, it gives you just extra reason to pop over to ParamountSports.com and see what he's got going on over there. In the meantime, we've got him for you. We got just a little taste for you right here on the show. Lee, good afternoon. How are you?
Great. Can't complain at all. And excited to be on with you. Yeah, sound like your dad some ways, so a little scary sometimes.
Yeah, I'll answer my phone at times, and people, I've gotten this from my own family this week. Why do you sound so much like Dad? Stop trying to be Dad. Stop trying to do it like Dad does the show. It's your show this week, not his. And I just said that I'm not. I have watched him do a show since I was like 8 years old. This is the way. This is who we are.
Yep.
Anyway,
and just wait until I go visit my mom in the retirement home, and she has a lot of friends that, and my brother actually looks a lot more like my dad, but I've had actually a couple of her friends. I'm not sure they're all there, but they call me Bob. they think that I'm my father. So
that's funny.
That's a story for another day.
Well, you come in after last week going 4-1, pretty strong showing. But what did you see from those games? What kind of stood out to you? What can you take away heading into this weekend?
Well, I mean, the cream's starting to rise to the crop now. So, you know, we're starting to get towards the end of non-conference play. We're starting to get some conference games, and I think we have a pretty good handle on now who's good and, you know, who's not quite there yet.
Yeah, definitely. And we talk a lot about the NFL on the show, or at least I do on the show. But it's not just the NFL. It's college football. As far as when people go over to ParamountSports.com, if they're unfamiliar with what you do, what do they get from you over there?
Well, what you're going to get is you're going to get the games I'm personally playing. And this is my 32nd year. And I'm a former college quarterback. These are the games that I study out. And I mean, I can tell you who the backups, third stringers are. And it's gotten a little bit tougher, you know, on some of these teams because of the NIL. But after 2-3 weeks, I got a handle on these teams. And this is probably the most talked about promotion all year. I probably get more calls this week than I'll get calls, texts, and emails on any other promotion. Why? It's called the Baker's Dozen. 13 games combined Saturday and Sunday, and just not $297 or even $197, just $97. So the price point is there. 13 games combined college and pro, and like I said, it's just $97. And we've had some 12-1, 11-2, and 10-3 records on this. So if you'd like to give it a shot, this is probably the promotion for you.
13 games, $97. Yeah, I would say if you're going to take a shot and give Lee a shot, this would be the week to do it. Well, tremendous stuff. Let's start then by taking a look at some of the games this upcoming weekend. Big one down in South Florida with the Gators and the Hurricanes.
Yeah, this is a game that I think Miami's clearly the better team, but line's up to 9.5. Now, the Gators' two biggest problems, well, people will say, oh, interceptions, but it's not just that easy. The right tackle is like a turnstile. Because he had the right tackle, it's such a tough game, they're going to have to go to more 3- and 5-step drops. So I think Miami's going to be able to apply some pressure with their edge rushers, but Florida's defense is good. I mean, they have a really good running back, good running game. They just don't stick with it enough here. And Billy Napier's play calling hasn't been great, but they're a desperate team here. I think it's a rivalry game. I think Florida's going to keep it close. Miami 28-24 over Florida, 9.5, way too much.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. And even you look at that LSU game, with the 5 interceptions, they still kept it within 10 points. What are the chances that they don't figure out a way to not throw 5 interceptions? Yeah, right. All right, looking at Vanderbilt and Georgia State. That one surprised a lot of people last year when Vandy ended up losing that game. But how do you see this one playing out?
Yeah, so this is a situation here where I just think that Georgia State is going to come to play here. I like their quarterback, TJ Finley. For some reason, after playing for a few starts at LSU and Auburn, he moves over to Texas State, has a great year, and then leaves and goes to Western Kentucky and rides the pine. But he got picked up after the first game, played 4 days later. Vanderbilt's not used to being in this situation. Take the points and hold your nose here with Georgia State.
That one kind of surprises me. After last year, you'd think that Vandy would go down there and take Georgia State kind of behind a woodshed there a little bit, but interesting.
Yep.
All right. Missouri, South Carolina. How has this one changed with the Sellers situation, and what are you seeing about these two SEC teams?
Well, now the line's coming down. I mean, he practiced yesterday. It looks like he will play in this game, but with him, they're only averaging 14.5 points a game. So, I mean, the offense for Missouri has been great. I don't think they're going to have any trouble with this South Carolina team, and I think this is a great setup here for a team that really seems knows how to play. So I think Missouri has a better offense than last year. Sometimes you got to lay it if you want to play it. We're going to go with Missouri big here, 36-14.
I like it. And then Ole Miss taking on Tulane, talking about quarterback problems. Ole Miss has got some of their own with injuries, guys getting dinged up and the like. But taking on Tulane, you think Tulane's got anything for them, or are we safe with Ole Miss?
I think, this is probably the toughest of all the games. I think Tulane played really well last week, but they were playing their old quarterback. So they were fired up for that game. Give them credit, but this is a different level. Most of these kids for Tulane, think if they're honest, they'll tell you, hey, I would have jumped at the chance. And Redcliffe, the quarterback for Tulane, he's fine. He's a competitor. He's not playing at the next level. Give the kid credit for having heart. He played great last year at BYU, played well last week, but I think the size, speed, and skills can be too much for him here. I like Ole Miss here, 42-28.
And probably the game that most of our listeners are looking forward to the most this weekend, Oklahoma will host Auburn in Norman. Obviously, tons of underlying stories there with Arnold going back up there to Norman and all the things. But how do you see this one playing out between the Sooners and the Tigers?
Yeah, so, I mean, it's got some great storylines here. But the bottom line is
Yeah.
Brent Venables, he knows his old quarterback. I played quarterback in high school and college. My coaches could tell you every strength and every weakness I had. And you can come up with game plans. I think if you're smart and Venables calls the defense, I think John Mateer, right now, if I was voting, he would get my Heisman vote. So it's going to be interesting. The play calling, both sides, see what they do here. But I think Oklahoma playing at home probably is the difference here. 34-24 Sooners.
And you mentioned, Lee, you got the special going on with the Baker's Dozen over there at ParamountSports.com. But I'm also told you got a game of the week.
Yep. Game of the week is going to be Arkansas and Memphis. Have a real strong feel on one side here. How about this? First 5 callers to call 800-400-9741. We will give them the game for free. 800-400-9741 to get that game. And like I said, you want to get our Baker's Dozen, 13 games, only $97. One place, ParamountSports.com.
He is Lee Sterling, and again, last week going 4-1. He hit some folks for sure. Lee, thank you so much for taking time with us today. I will. Well, I know that Thom wanted me to give you his best, and I hope to talk to you again soon.
Sounds good. Take care. Be safe.
That is Lee Sterling of ParamountSports.com. And again, the number for Paramount Sports is, well, you can find it on their website, but it is 800-400-9747. I encourage you to give Lee a call if you're looking to make some plays this weekend. Remember, he's got the Baker's Dozen. That's 13 games, $97. Goodness gracious. All right. Paulie in the Cape has already jumped in after Lee. So let's grab him here, get him in on this trifecta, and then we'll hit the break. Paulie, how are you?
Doing pretty good. How you?
I am terrific today.
Oh, that's fantastic. I'm done with the Dolphins right now. Unbelievable how they keep screwing up. I mean, it's what a bummer.
I hear you. It's tough right now. It's tough to watch, and especially when it came out and had a little scrap to them, and it gave you a little bit of hope, and then just ripped it right away at the end. 3 minutes left. They're driving down the field, and they just rip it right out, rip your heart right out.
No, the same guy runs into the kicker again.
Yeah, running into the yeah.
I'm like, I lost my mind. I was like, that's why I said earlier I was looking for those EW bullets just to make sure they go through everything. Yeah, like
brutal, absolutely brutal.
I was like, and here we have a chance, and he throws it right to him. It's like, they dismantle it, trade Hill, get some picks, move on from Tua. I had enough of this. I mean, this is just insane. Insane.
Welcome to our world. Welcome to our world.
Yeah, I hear you. Believe me. All right, Paulie. Well, let's get you in on this trifecta, brother.
I'm ready for the trifecta. It's the holiest day of the week.
All right, Auburn plus 6.5 up in Norman.
Wow. Any injuries?
Nothing significant that I know of.
I'll take the points.
Okay. Florida plus 8.5 at Hard Rock against the Hurricanes.
Oh, wow. I'll take Miami.
At least one of the teams in Miami's doing something.
Yeah. Got to do something.
Got to do something. Indy minus 3.5 in Nashville.
Say that again. This connection is brutal on mine. Say the teams again.
Yeah, it's a bad connection. Indy minus 3.5 against the Titans. The Colts against the Titans. Indy's laying 3.5.
I'll take the Colts.
Colts, you got them. And Dallas minus 1.5 in Chicago.
Wow.
Neither, right?
Yeah, they take it down. Jesus, that's the first half. And bet on who kicks the field goal first. That's the better bet.
Well, that maybe that's your answer, Paulie. Dallas does have the kicker that can kick it from the moon.
I so say. All right, I'll go with them Cowboys.
All right. Well, good stuff. We got you in, Paulie. And remember, this week, all you got to do is hit 3 out of the 4. Doesn't matter what 3, but 3 out of the 4, and you'll get a point. You hit all 4 of them, you get the 3 points.
Hopefully my Yankees will make me feel better.
So you and me both, brother.
All right, see you on Monday.
Have a good weekend, Paulie. All right, let's get a break in here. Get in on the phones in the break at 256-576-4977. Get your trifecta picks in here. It's the Thom Abraham Show. We'll be back with more after this.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This is Brent Musburger's VSiN Action Update on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. Drivers who switch to Progressive have an annual savings of nearly $750. Progressive.com.
Christopher Bell, the plus 330 favorite with the NASCAR Cup race at New Hampshire this week. The Mobile won 301. Ryan Blaney, Kyle Larson, Eddie Hamlin all plus 650. Chase Briscoe 7-1. Braves minus 102 at the Tigers today, minus 119. 900 at Comerica Park. The Falcons visit Carolina for the Panthers home opener. Falcons laying 5.5, 43.5 the total. Number 22 Auburn, a plus 7 dog at number 11 Oklahoma. Troy, a 6.5 point dog at Buffalo. South Alabama laying 14.5 at home with Coastal Carolina, while the UAB Blazers are a 38.5 point underdog at Neyland Stadium in Knoxville against Tennessee. For more, go to VSIN.com. Mike Sennett, 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Tom Luganville here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
When the final whistle blows, the conversation is just getting started. Catch the Alabama Football Recap Show with Drew DeArmond and Steve Moulton on 97.7 The Zone. Brought to you by Dreamland Barbecue in Huntsville, proud title sponsor of the Recap Show. Because when it comes to football and ribs, everybody knows ain't nothing like them nowhere. Alabama football, Dreamland Barbecue, the perfect team.
If hunting and outdoor recreation are your passions, it all starts with the right property. That's where I come in. I am Bo Butler with Southland Realty and Auction, a hunting and recreational land specialist and a Jackson County native who sees land through a hunter's eyes. Just as you trust your guide on a big game hunt, you can trust me to find the perfect property for you. Thinking of selling? Let me help you make your land attract buyers. Remember, Bo knows land. Call me at 256-609-0512.
Situated downtown on Clinton Avenue, you'll find the Church Street family's take on delicious seafood and more. Sea Salt. At Sea Salt, the food speaks for itself. Fresh oysters, shrimp and lobster, and non-seafood fare. Plus a large selection of wines, regional and local beers on tap, and a full bar. Catch the downtown vibe with Sea Salt's unique outdoor city street and patio seating with a view of Jesse Andrews' mural, bringing an underwater world to life. No reservations necessary. Sea Salt, 114 Clinton Avenue.
Isn't the story of the prodigal son an amazing story? Basically, a rowdy boy who literally wished his father dead, ran away, and consumed his wealth with hard and fast living. Yet the father looked for his return every day, and when the boy got tired of eating pig slop, he decided to return. What did the father do? As soon as he saw that boy, he ran to him, threw his arms around him, and killed the fatted calf for a great celebration. Hey, I'm John Dees, pastor of the Cross Point Church. If you're looking for a church home, come see us, smack dab across the street from the YMCA in Madison.
Worried about market losses? If headlines are keeping you up at night, it's time to take control. Hi, I'm Jeff Jr. with Trajan Wealth, and I know you've worked hard to save. But in times like these, what if can turn into What now? If you're planning to retire or are in retirement, you need a strategy that helps protect your future. At Trajan Wealth, you can capture market gains, protect your account from losses, and guarantee income for life. Right now, you could receive a bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10% for retirement income. You heard me right. An upfront bonus of up to 30% or annual growth of up to 10%, all guaranteed to boost your lifetime income in retirement. Don't leave your future to chance. Plan with confidence. Call Trajan today at 256-208-9000.
Annuity guarantees are based on the claims paying ability of the issuing insurance company, DBA, in most states as Trajan Wealth Insurance Solutions.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by my friend Ross Roberts and his crew down at Valley Equipment Rental. You know, they got two locations. They got the one out on the North Parkway. You can see some of the big stuff they've got up there, the big track hoe excavators. They have got the mid-size excavators. They got dozers up there as well. And then, of course, on the South Memorial Parkway, you can find everything else that they have as well. It's Valley Equipment Rental. Contractors, homeowners, it's for everybody. Valley Equipment Rental. Two locations, North and South Parkway.
Back here on the Thom Abraham Show. Thanks to Lee Sterling for joining us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. If you missed it, Lee was on the Gators at the 9.5. He likes Georgia State to cover. He likes Missouri to cover. He likes Ole Miss to cover. And he likes Oklahoma as well. That's where he's at. Last week he went 4-1. Now, this weekend in the NFL, there's a lot of interesting statistical opportunities across the league. And Josh Allen hit on a bunch of them from his personal perspective yesterday against Miami. Allen is a Thursday night football machine. He moves to 8-0 in his career. And he ties Peyton with 8 wins. I think the only two guys with more are Tom Brady and Russell Wilson. He also moved to 301 total touchdowns, which include throwing, rushing, and catching. He's the fastest player to ever reach 300. He passed Patrick Mahomes last night. His 200 career regular season touchdowns ties him for 6th fastest ever to reach that mark. And with the win, he passed Joe Flacco for 5th most wins in his first 8 seasons. Amazing. Absolutely awesome. And Buffalo is still Buffalo. Every time I watch a game at Highmark or Orchard Park, it reminds me of the last Don Shula's last game ever, which was a playoff game between the Bills. It was a wild card game, I believe, between the Bills and the Dolphins in 1995. One of the first games I ever went to. And it was Shula's last game. Buffalo got him pretty good in that one. Steve Tasker had a terrific game. Jim Kelly, Dan Marino. I mean, that was Dolphins-Bills at its peak. That was Dolphins-Bills. And in Orchard Park, you had the really bad turf at the time. But I kid you not, the reason that I most remember that game, 95, I was 7 years old. That's when I learned to write my name in the snow. No joke. No joke. Taught me how to, I don't know if it was my father or his buddy or the whole group of them, but we were tailgating prior to the game, and they're like, here, Let me teach you how to write your name in the snow.
Interesting tidbit right there.
Yeah, in case you wanted to know. Also this weekend, speaking of tidbits, Indy looking to start 3-0 for the first time since 2009 in their game against the Titans. They have scored on their first, or they did score on their first 10 possessions of the season, which is an NFL record. This Colts team. Goodness gracious. All right. Let's get back to the lines. We've got my cousin Vinny, which, hold on. If it's my cousin Vinny when Tom's running the show, does that mean he's my Uncle Vinny?
What do you say now? No, I'm not your Uncle Vinny. I'm sorry. I missed it. I had you on speaker. Go ahead. What did you say, Joe?
If you're my cousin Vinny with Tom, are you my Uncle Vinny then? Does that make you my uncle?
No. I wouldn't put you through that. I wouldn't do that to you, Joe. All right,
How are you today?
Story. Ask Tom. We'll never get the story done if we start the story now. But anyway, Tom hasn't called for bail yet, has he?
No, and I don't have it anyway.
Well, I was going to say, I'll pitch. We'll get a GoFundMe account. He'll be lucky to get out of that godforsaken place without a warrant. I'm telling you.
Yeah. Well, hopefully none of us has to drive up there and get him. And like you said, we just have to all pitch in together, I guess.
Yeah. Well, with the Alabama tags, that's a red flag up there anyway. So
there you go. There you go.
Trust me, I'm from that neck of the woods. So anyway.
Well, let's get you in on this trifecta, brother.
We can do that.
Auburn plus 6.5 in Norman, Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
You got him. Florida plus 8.5 at Miami.
Miami.
Boom. Indy minus 3.5 in Nashville.
Indy's a road dog. I'll take Indy.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
No, Indy's the favorite. It's minus 3.5.
That's what I meant.
Okay, you got Indy. And then Dallas minus 1.5 in Chicago.
I'll take Dallas. How about them Cowboys? Chicago's got a quarterback problem.
Oh yeah. Everybody is just FYI. Everybody is on Indy and Dallas right now.
Well, there you go. We're all not as stupid as we look, so that would be impossible, right?
Y'all are on it. All right.
All right, buddy.
I appreciate you, boss.
Hey, Joe, great job this week, by the way. Both you and John.
Thank you.
I appreciate it.
Thank you, Vinny.
Okay, talk to you later.
And this is also, we got to make sure we're getting this out there. The text line has also gotten a lot of picks as well. So even though the phones have been in favor of Dallas, who knows what's going on with Tom's phone line.
Good point. Which, by the way, if you don't want to call in or you can't call in because you're sitting at the office or whatever the case is, I don't know what your deal is, what your challenge is. I know a lot of people like to use the text line though. 732-9 TA show, 732-982-7469. All right. Next up is Bama Brad. Let's get him in on here on the Thom Abraham. Hey, Brad, how are you?
I'm doing better than I deserve. I second what Vinny said. You and John are doing a great job this week.
Oh, thank you.
Tom could just stay gone for another week or two. We won't miss him.
I won't tell him that you said that, but I do appreciate it.
I'm sure he probably heard it. He's probably eavesdropping. And if not, I'll text him and tell him.
There you go.
Yeah, let me get in on these things. I've scribbled notes about 14 times on and off, so I'm not sure what I'm doing here, but we'll give it a shot.
That's how it works, isn't it? You start overthinking it, and now you go with your gut, Brad. Auburn. Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, you came back.
All right. Auburn plus 6.5.
I'm going to go Oklahoma and lay the point.
All right. Florida plus 8.5 in Miami.
Yeah, that one is really difficult being in Miami, but I just think Florida's got to get off the mat. So give me the Gators.
Tebow time.
Yeah, they're the word that is being thrown out there is desperate.
Yeah.
Indy minus 3.5 against the Titans in Nashville.
I'm going to have to go with Tennessee at home. I know Indy's look good so far, and I know they got I don't know. I'm just going to go with Tennessee.
Well, everybody's on Indy, but you know what? They could sneak out of there and win by a field goal, and you'd still cover. You'd still get it. So
that's right.
Who knows?
But it's the NFL. Who knows?
Right. And always beware the home dog. Dallas minus 1.5 in Chicago.
Yeah, this one kills me. You know, I'm a diehard Bears fan. Dallas has got the better team and got probably 90% chance of winning it, but the Bears have got to step up sooner or later. So give me the Bears.
All right, you got them. And I'm with you. I like their coach up there. I think that they're going to do good things. What are your feelings on Brad? What are your feelings on Caleb Williams?
Well, they're at the point right now where they're either going to get band together and win this game, or you're going to see that he's completely off the team already. So I don't like Caleb Williams. I didn't like him going into the draft. I wanted Jaden Daniels, and that may prove to be different. But Caleb Williams, to me, I mean, the painting the fingernails things and all the stuff he does on the side, he don't look like to me he's locked in as a teammate. And that's what it takes to be a quarterback. You got to have grit and you got to be a teammate. And I don't see that in him. So I don't know. This game's going to be really telling. Like I said, either Johnson's going to get their attention or these guys are going to say, we don't like this guy and we're not playing for him. So we're going to see this weekend.
That's it. That's exactly it. And that's the point that I was making the other day. Thanks, Bama Brad. That's the point that I was making about Baker the other day is like comparatively, you look at Caleb Williams from a skill standpoint, from a just like he's built, right? He is as talented from an athleticism standpoint, throwing the ball, all the things. He is up there with the best quarterbacks in the league. You look at Baker, and Baker's short. His arm is, okay from a strength standpoint. He's accurate, but there's nothing that says Baker should be leading the NFL in touchdown passes since he joined the Buccaneers. Nothing that says he's that guy, right? Not with the Justin Herberts of the world, not with the Patrick Mahomes out there, not with the Josh Allens out there. None of those things none of those guys are less talented. But Bama Brad hit the nail on the head. The grit that a guy like Baker has, you take that and you can win with that alone. Even if your quarterback's mediocre from a skill standpoint. All right. Where are we at, John? We got to get a break in here. Or did we just get back from a break? No, we just got back from a break.
Yeah, we're not in a rush.
I got worked up. I lost where I was at. Good job by Brad, though, getting in on that thing. So the trifecta, get in on it now. 256-576-4977. And also remember what is at stake here. You don't want to let a week go by and not get in. Don't miss the trifecta. All right? If you need to text it in, 732-982-7469. Get in on this thing. We're not in a rush, but let's reset. Let's get a break in here. It is the Thom Abraham Show. We'll be back with more after this.
You're listening to the Thom Abraham Show on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
When a team sticks together, it shows in the way they work and the way they treat you.
We don't just hire great people, they stay. On average, our managers have been with us over 15 years and company-wide turnover is under 3%.
It's a culture built on integrity and heart.
When you call, you get someone who knows your name, understands your business, and is invested in your success.
And that means service you can count on every time.
Hey folks, this is Arthur Seaton, managing partner at University Kia, proudly saying Roll Tide and War Eagle. Stop into University Kia today and shop one of the area's largest selection of new Kias, including Fortes, Seltos, Telluride, and Popular Carnival, and fully electric EV6. View all the great specials at universitykia.com and get pre-approved in minutes so you can drive home your new Kia you really want, because we want to see you in a University Kia.
Sure, Valley Equipment Rental takes care of the homeowner and his needs, but how about the pros out there? Well, Valley Equipment has the big stuff as well. The equipment you need to get any job done. I'm talking about the big track hoe excavators, from the 30,000-pound mid-size one to the big boy 50,000-pound units. Need a dozer on the job? Well, they've got them up to 105 horsepower, and that's a good-sized machine. Plus, Valley Equipment has more lifts than anyone around. Up to 80-foot booms that reach 56 feet with a 10,000-pound capacity. 2 locations, North and South Parkway. Check them out today.
I'm here with Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. With the temperatures going up, now is a good time to get your heating and air system looked at. Thomas, when somebody calls, you guys answer.
That's right. The phones are staffed by us. They're manned 24/7. We're ready to come out and take care of you that day.
How do they give you guys a call?
You give us a call at 256-503-4490.
And you can find you guys on the World Wide Web at
talenthvac.com.
And now is a good time to do this because you guys are offering a special deal.
That's right. We're doing $49 tune-ups this spring. We're also doing free second opinions. We offer that year-round. Somebody comes out, they say you got a bag compressor or leaking refrigerant. Give us a call, see if we can save you some money.
Thomas from Talent Heating and Air. Thomas, one more time, that phone number.
256-503-4490. AL certain number 21014.
Thom Abraham here for my friends at Your Home Window. Now is the time to take advantage of their huge end of summer sale and get ready for the fall. Right now, all windows are 35% off. All exterior doors are 40% off. Now you get the whole door, just the price is 40% off. And get this, 0% interest for 18 months, as in no interest, nada, none. As always, the estimates are free, as is the lifetime warranty. To make an appointment, go to yourhomewindow.com. That's yourhomewindow.com.
I'm here with Stan McDonald of Jacob Title. Stan, I've heard that every real estate closing at Jacob Title is a very big deal. Why is that?
Wes, I'm reminded of a very impactful statement that I heard from Coach Gene Stallings years ago when he talked about big games and little games. He said he didn't like that comparison. He says, because try losing one of those little games. And if you ever do, it ends up being the biggest game all year long. Well, it's the same thing with real estate closings. Every game, every closing is a very big deal at Jacob Title. Because when it's your closing and your contract on the line, it's a very big deal. And we understand that at Jacob Title.
So it sounds like whether your client is a first-time residential buyer or a multi-million-dollar investor, they can expect your A game.
That's exactly right. As a matter of fact, when you bring your real estate closing to us at Jacob Title, we understand it's all about trust and confidence. And when Stan McDonald tells you that a chicken dips snuff, you can look under his wing for the box.
And like Beebs likes to say, there's no doubt about it.
At Stella at 5 Points, living isn't just about having an apartment, it's about living artfully. Imagine waking up with the upscale feel of Atlanta or Nashville right here in the heart of Huntsville. Modern, stylish apartments, open layouts, stainless steel appliances, and resort-inspired amenities. Nestled in vibrant 5 Points, you'll enjoy walkability, parks, dining, and quick access to downtown without the chaos. Stella at 5 Points. Live artfully. Live Stella.
97.7 ESPN The Zone.
This segment of the Thom Abraham Show is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford. You know, I'm always telling you to go down to Woody Anderson Ford. You know that they also have a mobile service where they'll come out to you. They've got all kinds of things that they can do in the mobile service, like oil changes or tire rotations or parts replacements. And if you're only available on the weekend or the evening, don't forget about the Quick Lane service, your one-stop shop to service brakes and batteries and oil changes. They do it all. No matter the service your Ford needs, Woody Anderson Ford ensures quick, professional, and exceptional service.
Back here on the Thom Abraham Show. And I got to say, 20 minutes, 19 minutes really left in the week. Y'all have been so gracious letting me sit in this week. I really do appreciate it. Get in on the show to wrap things up. 256-576-4977. Get in on the trifecta. And John, you got any picks on these things? Do you guys give out your picks on the trifecta? You give your opinions?
Typically, we do not, but honestly, I do have a few things I could throw out for them. I like Auburn. I would go with Auburn here in this one. I just think the SEC has been the closest thing to the NFL, and we get a lot of these close lines. And even when they're spread out like this one, I mean, 6 points is pretty big for these two teams that I think are pretty close in competition. Whether you have a problem with Hugh Freeze or not, I still think the defense is going to show up against Oklahoma. But I think that Auburn would be a good pick in this one against Oklahoma.
Yeah, I like that pick. I'm leaning on Florida, and I've talked about it throughout the course of the week. 5 interceptions, and they still kept it within 10 against LSU.
Yeah.
And LSU is every bit as talented as Miami, in my opinion. Now, how that plays out, that's a whole nother story. SEC notes, just something to be aware of. Next week, I got this email in my inbox earlier today. Next week, on the 23rd, Tuesday night, 6 p.m. Central Time, SEC Network and ESPN2, they're going full primetime schedule reveal. Not the actual schedule, but they're going to release the opponents and the sites for every SEC team over the next 4 years. That's kind of neat. The actual dates of the 2026 season will still drop in December, but we will know. And starting in 2026, the SEC is moving to that 9-game conference schedule. First major change since 1992. And we talked about this as well. You're going to have the 3 annual opponents locked in for rivalry's sake. And over 4 years, every SEC school will play every other team at least once every 2 years and face every opponent home and away once. They're saying that it's going to be the most balanced rotation the SEC has ever had. I think it's going to be absolutely brutal. You thought the SEC was a gauntlet before. Goodness gracious. The Gators have had the last 2 years, the Gators have had the toughest schedule I have ever seen, I think. All right, Grumpy is on the line. Let's get him in here on this trifecta. Grumpy, how are you?
Oh, pretty good, man. Getting ready for this Judas Priest concert in Franklin Sunday night. That's what I'm doing, man. Hey, listen, man, I wanted to give you my take on one ball game. After those 5 interceptions, Florida was still kind of in the game late to definitely to cover. They got 7, and all they had to do was punch it in one time. And I don't know what Miami's defensive secondary is like. I don't know if Miami can stop the run, but I do know that Florida, now that they've got 5 interceptions in one game, they're going to make some changes. They're going to dumb down the playbook. I think Florida covers, man. I think that's taking candy from a baby.
Yeah. No, I agree with you.
What do you think?
Don't realize they think that these quarterbacks are always very, a quarterback. To play quarterback, you got to be highly intelligent and all these other things, and a coach has got to trust you and this, that, and the other thing. Grumpy, I'm going to throw this out there. So I was on the coaching staff at MTSU when Dwight Dasher was the quarterback, and the guy, as talented as he was as an athlete, couldn't read the read option, couldn't read it on the stretch play, whether or not to pull it or to keep it. And we had to literally come to the line and direct him on whether or not we wanted him to pull it or keep it or give it on the read option, just from how the defensive leverage was. And sometimes you've got a guy who physically has all the talents in the world, but when you get him on campus, you're like, goodness gracious. You try and teach them certain concepts that are well beyond what they've ever learned in high school, and they just can't get it. And that might be the situation that they're dealing with Lagway in Florida. I don't know.
Yeah, but I think there'll be some quick outs. There'll be just some really short passes. That's my play of the week right there, man. And I guess that's it. Look out, Mississippi State. Northern Illinois can play some ball. Thanks, man.
All right. That's Grumpy. Grumpy, do you want to get in the trifecta?
He probably hopped in on the text line. I'm going to be real with you.
Okay. Yeah. Well, good job by him either way. At least jumping in and giving his opinion. I agree. I think that they're going to be wholly conservative in this situation. Florida. They're going to try and at least keep it close. Not want it to get away from them. And it's a rivalry game. All right, Wolverine Dan getting in.
Hello.
How are you, brother?
Hey, real good. Excited about the football weekend. Nothing wrong with it, man. That's what we all. Well, there's more to live for than football, but it's awfully fun.
Yeah. And you've got some fun ones this weekend with your boys up there in Michigan and Detroit.
Well, I didn't know what your trifecta was. I was hoping you'd put some of my games in it, but maybe you didn't.
I didn't get to pick it, brother. He sent it to me.
Oh no, it's your show.
I know it. You know how he is. He's like fully in control. He's here. He's not here, but he's here.
You know what you could do? Because I'm his big brother. I'm older than he is. All right, I'm his big brother. What you ought to do is say, "You want me to host the show? Then you let me call the show." These are my picks, not yours, because you're not in the seat. And say, and if you don't want, if you don't want me to make the picks, I'm not doing the show.
I'll grow the stones to do that next time around.
Why not? Your dad, what the hell? You always bust your dad's stones, especially when they get older, because they're not as tough as they were when they're younger. You know what I mean?
There you go.
Up a little bit.
Hey,
Anyway,
I won't even ask him. Next time, what I'll do is I'll just pull one of these games out. I don't like that game. I'm gonna replace it with this one.
There you go. And if he's a problem, just tell Wolverine Dan said that. Okay. Now, with that
there you
said,
go.
Let me have that trifecta, please.
All right, as approved by Wolverine Dan, Auburn plus 6.5 at Oklahoma.
Say the first team again. I'm sorry.
Auburn plus 6.5. They're getting 6.5 at Oklahoma.
Well, that quarterback's pretty good.
Mateer.
You know what? I'm going to say Oklahoma covers that.
Okay. It's only a touchdown.
Yeah.
Florida getting 8.5 in Miami.
You know what? I think Miami. It's a rivalry game, and I think Miami might not win the game, but I think they can cover that. Let's just give it a shot. Let's go Florida.
Florida.
Yeah.
Miami minus 3.5. Indianapolis minus 3.5 at Tennessee. The Colts minus 3.5 at the Titans.
Yeah, let's do the Colts. Let's do the Colts. The Titans still ain't there.
Yeah, I agree with that. And Dallas minus 1.5 in Chicago.
Who cares? Dallas. Who cares? It's Dallas. You get that. Oh my God, not even going to go there. Okay, where I was going to go. I promised myself I'm just not going to deal with that anymore.
Yeah. Somebody cares. There's somebody out there that cares, Dan.
I know there is. It's up north, sort of got it toward the coast. I'm not going to even give you the name of the state for crying out loud. But anyway, so Dallas, you said gets the 1.5?
No, they're minus 1.5. They're giving up 1.5, but they got.
I'm going to give if Chicago gets 1.5, I'm going to do Bama Brad. I'm going to make you happy. I'm going to go with Chicago.
All right. You got them.
Are we good?
So you're on Oklahoma, Florida, Indy, and Chicago.
Sure. Why not? Give it a shot. So
It's as good as anybody else's picks.
Well, you know what? Last week I could have won it, but I thought for sure Wisconsin could cover that, and I should have known better, and that didn't happen. I would have at least tied other gentlemen that won. But I'll say this much: this is a bye for Georgia and Alabama, and it's going to be in Athens. Wow, what a game! That's going to be game day. There's going to be a lot of hype around that. And I can see Alabama winning it, and of course I can see Georgia. I mean, I think it's a toss-up. I think they're both pretty good teams.
Oh yeah, and I'm sure Thom will talk it to death next week. It's going to be a fun week for sure.
Yeah, it is, and I won't be able to talk to you about the Lions game because they're playing Monday night, but that's a big game. We got that whole dang division. We're playing Cleveland next, then Cincinnati, so it's pretty much the whole division.
Yeah.
So
yeah, well,
all right, man.
Do me a favor.
You guys have a great week and have a safe one.
I appreciate it. Yeah. Do me a favor, Dan, and thank you for calling it. Do me a favor and kick the snot out of the Ravens for me. Just please. That is Wolverine Dan getting in on the trifecta as well. We got one more break, John, or are we going to the top?
No, we are
go to the
done
top here
for the breaks.
Oh, nice.
It's all the way through from here.
You've got a couple of minutes to get in, 256-576-4977, and I've only got a couple more minutes with you this week. So, again, John, I really do appreciate you all week long keeping me in the right direction.
Oh, no doubt about it, man. You're my big brother. I got to keep my senpai on track, and I think we've done a pretty good job. You've definitely kept it the closest to what Thom would have wished. Because if Joe Hunk and I did it, oh my gosh, this would have just been 2 more hours of the Blitz all week long, and I don't know if anybody would have been ready for that.
Well, no, again, you did a tremendous job running the show, and all that bad stuff that he tells me about you. I don't believe any of it for a second.
Man, he must not have updated you. I've been doing a lot better at this whole board hopping thing.
No, you're good job. You're doing a good job, and I do appreciate it. All right, again, you got just a couple more minutes to get in on the show if you want it. It's there. Also going on around college football this week. Some of the other games to look at as we wrap things up. Let's see here. You got Michigan, Nebraska. You got Texas Tech, Utah. Is Illinois playing Indiana? Number 9 at number 19?
Yeah, and it's
a good one.
It's a weird spread, too, because right now Indiana is actually favored in this one, even though they're 19th going up against the 9th-ranked Illinois. But that also you got to take into account the 3.5 for that home dog advantage or home field advantage.
Yeah, well, it does. It surprises me a little bit, with it being in Indiana. But Illinois could be this year's Indiana.
They could.
I could see them slipping into the playoff. In the NFL as well this weekend. Let's see. I had a couple more notes that I wanted to throw out there before we wrap this thing up. Things to watch out for this weekend in the NFL. Patrick Mahomes turns 30 this week. He has 106 wins. 17 playoff wins. 77 would be a lot. 247 touchdown passes. He can tie Russell Wilson for the most wins in his first 9 seasons at 107. He could pass Peyton Manning for most total touchdowns in his first 9 seasons. He needs 1. He needs 3 regular season touchdown passes to hit 250, which would be done faster than anybody in history. Aaron Rodgers this weekend with the Steelers enters with 508 career touchdown passes. He's tied with Brett Favre. And with one more, he will pass Favre for 4th all time.
We also had a note come out right when this show actually kicked off. The Commanders will be going with Marcus Mariota as their starter for this week against the Raiders. So anybody who's putting money down on that one, make sure you know exactly what you're putting your money on, because Marcus Mariota is not the same as Jaden Daniels. But hey,
he's not.
He's won
but I will.
playoffs.
I will say this. He covered for Jaden Daniels last year and actually performed pretty well in Jaden's stead. So look into that. I want to say high completion percentage, tons of yards, bunch of touchdowns. He looked good. Now, short term. So, again, thank you so much for allowing me to sit in this week. Thank you to Lee Sterling. Thank you to John for running the show. Make sure to get in on the trifecta via the text line if you haven't already. It is a Thom Abraham show. Tom's back next week.
Scott Tyson here with your 97.7 ESPN The Zone Sports Minute. NFL football from last night. Buffalo keeps the Miami Dolphins winless as they take care of this one 31-21. Auburn getting ready to face Oklahoma tomorrow in Norman, and they could do so without star cornerback Jay Crawford. Head coach Hugh Freeze saying yesterday Crawford will dress, but